Today on Orbital Dispatch, why commercial moon flights still haven't happened in 25. We will break down what happened and why it matters. The year 2000 came and went, and nobody flew to the moon on a scheduled service. 60 years after Apollo, we're still asking the same question. When do ordinary people actually get there? It's a fair question to ask in 2025, because from the outside, it looks like progress is happening. SpaceX is testing Starship. NASA is running the Artemis program. Private companies have landed hardware on the lunar surface. And yet a commercial moon flight, the kind where you book a seat and go, remains firmly out of reach. This video is about why that is, and what it would actually take to change it. Section 1. The vehicle problem. Let's start with the hardware. Getting to the moon requires a vehicle capable of surviving deep space, landing on an airless body, and returning crew safely to Earth. No vehicle that exists today does all of that for passengers in a routine, certifiable way. Starship is the most credible candidate. SpaceX has demonstrated rapid iteration, and the full-stack vehicle is enormous, genuinely capable of carrying the mass and volume the mission needs. But test flights are not the same as operational certification. The vehicle has to prove it can perform reliably enough, repeatedly enough, for regulators to sign off on carrying people. That takes time, and it takes flight data that simply doesn't exist yet. NASA's own Artemis program has slipped significantly. Artemis II, the first crewed lunar flyby, is currently targeting 2026. A lunar landing with crew follows that. These aren't tourist flights. They're government-run exploration missions, with astronaut crews and years of preparation behind each one. Section 2. The cost problem. Even once a capable vehicle exists, cost is a formidable barrier. The economics of spaceflight don't scale like commercial aviation did. A single lunar mission today, if you could book one, would cost somewhere in the tens of millions per seat at minimum. For reference, a private flight to the International Space Station costs around $55 million per seat via Axiom Space. The moon is orders of magnitude more demanding in terms of propellant, mission duration, life support, and abort options. SpaceX's stated ambition is to drive launch costs down dramatically through Starship's full reusability. That could genuinely change things over time. But the commercial viability of lunar tourism depends on flights being frequent enough to amortize infrastructure costs, and frequent flights depend on demand that doesn't yet exist at scale. It's a circular problem. Section 3. The regulatory and safety problem. Then there's regulation. In the United States, the FAA currently operates under a moratorium on regulating the safety of commercial human spaceflight passengers, a rule designed to allow the industry to develop without being strangled by early oversight. That moratorium has been extended multiple times, but it can't last indefinitely. At some point, a proper certification framework has to exist before mass commercial lunar access becomes legal as well as possible. Private lunar landers, like Intuitive Machines' Odysseus, have reached the surface. That matters for infrastructure. Future missions could pre-position supplies or communications relays. But a lander that tilts on touchdown is a useful data point, not a green light for passenger flights. Closer. The honest answer to why haven't commercial moon flights happened is that every layer of the problem, the vehicle, the cost, the regulation, is still being solved simultaneously. Progress is real. The timeline is not yet clear. None of this means it won't happen. It means the people working on it are dealing with genuinely hard problems, and we should understand those problems rather than just watch the launch highlights. If you want to follow that progress clearly and without the noise, subscribing to this channel is a reasonable place to start. Main takeaway: the evidence is still evolving. Subscribe to Orbital Dispatch. Next, our next breakdown.